Chef Kristen. This is our first ferment, brewing our true Kombucha style kombucha. Kombucha brewing, this is how we do it, and I'm just gonna fill it in and share a few extra tips so it can adapt to all styles of whether of people, communities, groups, small or large. Please take note and let's have some fun. Quality of ingredients is very important. So first choosing suppliers, if not made by yourself, is very important. And we support a really great quality company here locally, which is wonderful too. That is a certified organic, so it's wonderful. So we've got a great sencha, and we have a Sam as the dark. We're gonna brew a black and green tea tonight. And the black and green tea is very important because they're both caffeinated, and that's what kombucha needs. It's not important the first ferment to have a lot of flavor. That's when you get creative at the second ferment. There's two sections to brewing kombucha. You can stay at the first ferment and complete, and then you can choose to take it into an excellence of adaptability modes. And so you choose that to go an extra set of the journey. And so often we do. I'm going to share how, because it's worth it. The bubbles are worth it. It's all about brewing into the second ferment, creating a flavored kombucha, which in chosen vessels will offer possibly some really great carbonation, which the natural effervescence of those bubbles is wonderful for tummies with balancing all that negative acid. This is the good bubbles, the good bacteria you want in your tum tum. Great quality ingredients. We've got a garden outside. We'll share about that, and then please check into that if you're interested. And so this is our kombucha. This is the first stage from sanitizing bottles to now setting the stage and the tempo of the first ferment of kombucha. So welcome to our first fermenting kombucha stage. Tonight I'm scaling out 5 green teas, and I'm scaling out 1 black tea. I'm using cheesecloth or the choice of cotton material, and I'm going to talk about that a little further with wrapping it with some butcher's twine, and then we make these pockets of tea bags for the tea. So I've got then some sugar, and we're going to scale the sugar right into the vessels, and then the tea bags are waiting and ready. So I'm actually going to do the sugar first, get the vessels out of the way, then we'll talk tea, then we're going to go into the vessels of rule of thumb is sweeteners in the second ferment, you've got a lot of opportunity to sweeten however you'd like, as naturally and carefully, because in the first ferment, it goes under such an undertaking through the fermentation that it really does dissolve, digest, and transform. And I'm talking the living microorganisms that create the SCOBY is the bacteria and yeast combined. So their vibrant energy together as brother and sister dance and harmonize and form a SCOBY, a protective top layer. And that forms like a mushroom. And this basically, they call it a mushroom, but it's basically a pad. It's a lily pad. And it's kind of like a squid or raw chicken sort of texture. Very, very strong. And it's great when it's pureed and used, carried on in other ways. But what this does is in the acidic environment of sweetened tea, it starts to eat the sweetened sugars that melt in with the hot water. The granulated sugar melts in, and then the tea bags absorb, of course. It all harmonizes, and we actually let her sit over at room temperature for overnight until tomorrow for room temperature, covered with a really great thick towel so no fruit flies can get in. And again, I see one right now, actually kind of driving me nuts because they smell my SCOBY that I brought out over for you guys. For now, there's some things where Tyler and I are going to share that we're even still trying to do better at and not use. We did just test recently a complete start to finish honey, which is my chosen sweetener of choice. And so if that was the case, I tried it and we could do it. But to our note, from all the kombucha we've drank of the red and the yellow, which many of you know has been now 6 years, we absolutely love it to every glass that we have. It's absolutely amazing. So I tear at the scale to 0. I put in 1,200 grams. I'm here to say, for the amount that I drink, probably around 1 liter or so every day or every few days on average, I don't sweat it overall. I still drink a lot of herbal tea. I drink a lot of water. We stopped drinking alcohol over 1.5 years ago. So almost coming up to 2 years. At Christmas, we gifted that to ourselves, and that was wonderful. And yeah, so we haven't looked back. So this is, we just got it from Costco, and there we go. So yeah, I never thought to bring it live like this, like as we're brewing our own, but I might as well since we're getting ready. So we brew 60, normally on average, we brew 4 of these 15-liter vessels. And 4 of these a month will get us basically a comfortable 4 to 5 weeks, really. We stretch it. I have, you know, I almost have to always kind of hold back when drinking kombucha. As silly as that sounds, it's the truth. People choose this to brew, it's really small. By the time you actually get your tea in there, SCOBY, you need to stay on the flat level. You don't want to hover on the neck, so you really want to pick wide. So I've given some variety here. And basically you brew up to about here, you add some starter liquid and your SCOBY, that's it. So when you take that back out later and you need that 10%, 15% for your next brew, you take that off the top. It's high-powered bacteria off the top. You just scoop that off for your next one, and I'll carry on that conversation later. But then you then take the extra liquid and that goes into your bottles. So it's ideal to choose amber because of the light, especially because these are living probiotics. And but I love to share what it looks like, and I don't strain mine when we don't strain ours. When we funnel and pour, there could be yeasty globules. People think that they're the mother. It's not the mother, it's just a yeasty, snotty bacteria. I'm gonna share with you later about doing ointment pads. That's gonna be for this, and I've got a couple different sizes. And we're gonna do face masks for ladies and gentlemen. Anyone interested in doing face masks? Peekaboo, I see you. Let's get some beautiful rejuvenation and bumping beautiful brightness to our skin by good old natural SCOBY.